Online Class Philippines. Good day. Welcome to English 10 class. Today, we are going to talk about news reports, speeches, informative talks, and panel discussions. First, let us talk about news reports. What is a news? A news is the package information. It is also the current events. News move through many different medias. First, it could be through word of mouth. You can share the news to other people by just talking to them. Second one, printing. We have the newspaper. In the newspaper, we're able to digest all the important information and the current events in the surrounding. Third, postal systems. In the postal systems, sometimes there's something that was being posted in the walls that talks about the news. Next, broadcasting. This is the main stream of news reporting. You can watch TV, turn it on, and go to your favorite broadcasting news TV program. Next, electronic communication. You can have it in Facebook, YouTube, or also you can download it in PDF file. News report is packed information about news event happening somewhere else, or alternatively, news is that which the news industry sells. News moves through many different media based on word of mouth, printing, postal system, broadcasting, and electronic communication. Common topics for news report include war, politics, and business, as well as athletic contests, quirky or unusual event, and the doings of celebrities. News came from the word north, east, west, and south, meaning everything that happens around us. Common topics for a news report: war, politics, business, athletic events, quirky or unusual events, doings of celebrities, government proclamations concerning royal ceremonies, laws and taxes, public health, and criminals. Humans exhibit a nearly universal desire to learn and share news from elsewhere, which they satisfy by traveling, talking to each other, and sharing. Many of us would like to know what's happening around us because we want to be featured and we want to be updated. Technological and social development often drive by government communication and espionage network have increased the speed with which news can spread, as well as influence its content. When you go onto your television, it is very quick or in an instant that you can connect to these media platforms. You can watch the news, you can watch the different feature program, and other more. The genre of news as we know it today is closely associated with the newspaper, China Court Bulletin, and is spread with paper and printing press until the Europe. Next, let us talk about speeches. Informal speech. It focuses on the topic. Next, observe the time limit for delivery and maintain the interest of the audience. Shows good voice projection. Use appropriate verbal and non-verbal languages. Informal speech is usually in the school, Your teacher will give you a topic, and your teacher will give you a time limit for the delivery. You need to maintain the interest of your audience, and also you must project good voice and do some verbal and non-verbal language, such as gesture, signs, facial expressions. Persuasive speech. It states a clear purpose, supports argument clearly and convincingly, is brief but substantial in content, appeals to the emotion, ends with a call for action. A persuasive speech is a kind of speech that let people believe on what you would like them to believe or to your contention. Example, I would like to make them believe that Philippine education is not really good at this time, so I need to convince them. Another, if I would like to convince them that the Philippines is rich in culture, I need to persuade them in any way or any word that I can. And it will end for a call for action. You need to persuade your audience to do something in able to achieve this goal. Next, let us talk about panel discussion. The panelists discuss the issue or topic with each other by asking questions or reacting to the views and opinions of other panel members. A specific amount of time should be established. In panel discussion, there might be some host or panelist. This panelist will reserve as the resource speaker. The knowledge will come from there, and they need to interact and interchange their information and their beliefs. The leader or moderator closes the discussions and provides a summary of panel presentations and discussion. Here, the leader or the moderator will be the one to guide the process of the panel discussion. A panel discussion, or simply a panel, involves a group of people gathered to discuss a topic in front of an audience, typically at scientific, business, or academic conferences, fan conventions, and on television shows. So these are a group of people that has some connection to the topic, and then they are going to discuss the topic in front of an audience. They need to interchange their views, their belief, and what are their ideas about the topic. Sometimes, audience can also interfere and ask some questions to the panelists. How to conduct a panel discussion. Part 1 of 3. Putting a panel together. First, you need to select a topic. For example, your topic will be the Philippine education system. Next, recruit varied participants. Of course, those participants that you are going to recruit are those who have connection to the topic. For example, if I will be having the topic as the educational system, I will have teachers and students as my participants. Next, invite moderators. These moderators should be the experts of the topic. In this slide, I will be inviting teachers, principal, or Department of Education officials. Next, plan the physical setup. You are free to plan your physical setup, maybe in a line, in a circle, in a semicircle, or in an audience way. Part 2. Figure out the goals of the panel. You need to figure out who will be the chairman, who will be the opposite, who will be the affirmative. Decide how long the panel should last. You should set a limit, because if you are not going to set limit, the panel discussion will run about a very long time. Next, consider starting with individual lectures. You need to listen first to each information or ideas, then later on you can clash them. Next, try to avoid visual presentation. It should be more of the spoken presentation. Write questions for the panelists. You'll also ask them directly. Plan out the rest of the panel and introduce the panelists to each other in advance so they will have their rapport. Part 3. Briefly introduce the panel and each participant. You need to introduce so that they would know each other. Involve the audience early. You can give a short briefing to the audiences on how they will react. Ask the panelists to the prepared questions. Follow through with your own questions as necessary. Get a timekeeper. You need to be strict with the time so that everybody can give or might give their idea. Next, keep the panelists on task. Sometimes panelists get out of the track. You need to put them back to the track. Collect questions from the audience. It's important to ask the audience about the questions because this might augment the idea or the explanation. Next, thanks to everyone involved. Thank you for listening. See you on the next lesson.